Hello, welcome back to Yoga with Paige, or right now it should be called Freezing with Paige. I just wanted to have a little yoga practice out here in these beautiful woods, and we're just going to go intuitively. We're just going to see what comes up, and I will guide you along, and we'll see how this goes. So, whew. All right. I'm already a little warmed up this morning, so I'm going to start with a few sun salutations to get the prana a-moving. I need it. So inhaling above the head and exhaling to heart center. Inhaling, arms above the head, exhale, fold. Taking a nice breath here. Pedaling out the knees, dangling the head. Keeping the right knee bent, placing the right hand on the mat, lifting the left, gazing at the sky. Taking that arm behind for an even deeper stretch. And coming back around, switching sides. Releasing back to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, your version. And exhale, stepping it back to plank. Let's see how I do in these fuzzy socks. Exhale, tucking the elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Big inhale and exhale over the toes. These socks are going to come off. Here we go. Over the toes. Whew. Paddling out the feet. Gazing at the hands, raising onto the toes, walking up to the front of the mat, forward fold. Reverse swan dive, leading with the head. Inhale, palms come together, back bend. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step or jump back to plank and take a vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Grounding through the left foot, raising the right, three-legged dog. Circling out the ankle, bending the knee. Opening the hips to the side of the mat. Gazing under the shoulder. Ooh, this feels great. Coming back, three-legged dog. Taking that knee to the outside of the right elbow. And back, three-legged dog. Taking it to the opposite elbow. Three-legged dog. And bringing it through the chest, planting it in between the hands. Inhale, low lunge, arms up to the sky. Palms come together, and we revolve to the right side. Ooh, feeling a nice twist here, keeping the chest nice and lifted. Taking another round of breath, sinking deeper into the hip on the exhale. Releasing the left hand to the inside of the foot. Taking the right hand back to grab the ankle, quadricep stretch. Gazing behind us. And gently release, windmilling the arm back around, shifting the weight back, half splits. Inhale, low lunge. And exhale, half splits. Inhale, back to low lunge, tucking the toe, lifting the back knee, and gently rocking forward, forward fold. Feet hip width apart, bending the knees, inhaling up to chair. Rolling the shoulders back, grounding through all four corners of the feet, and forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping or jumping back to plank, taking a vinyasa. We meet in downward facing dog. Grounding through the right foot, lifting the left, keeping the hips square, rolling out that ankle. And bending the knee, opening the hips to the side of the mat. Coming back, three-legged dog. Taking that knee to the left elbow, sucking the navel into the core and back, three-legged dog. Taking it to the opposite elbow. You got this, and back, three-legged dog. And taking it into the chest, planting it between the hands, low lunge, arms up to the ceiling or the sky. Palms come together, we revolve to the left side, finding a nice twist. Taking 2 rounds of breath here. Sinking deeper into the hip on the exhale. And facing the front of the mat, planting the right hand, lifting the ankle with the left, quadricep stretch. And gently release, windmilling that arm back around, shifting the weight back, half split, keeping a nice long spine. Inhale back to low lunge, and exhale, half split. Inhale, low lunge, tuck the toe, coming up, lifting the knee, runner's lunge. And coming up to the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling the arms above the head, reaching up to the sky, pulling the shoulders up, and reaching the arms back around, interlacing the fingers, pulling the shoulders down, gazing up at the sky. Shoulder blades down the back, holding here. And gently release. I'm going to exhale, bring the arms around for a little standing cat-cow. Exhale, and inhale, bring the arms wide, look up. Exhale, round the back, bend the knees. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Last time, exhale. Inhale, letting the hands drop to the side, stepping that left foot back, turning to the side of the mat, all 10 toes. My camera shut off on me. Grounding through all 10 toes, facing all 10 toes to the side of the mat, grounding through the outside edges of the feet, placing the arms behind the back, keeping the spine nice and long, forward fold. Releasing the hands to the ankles, trying to pull the head through the legs. Bending the left knee, coming into a little side lunge variation here, and coming onto the right side. back over to the left. Switching sides, just warming up the legs. This feels good. And evening out both sides, coming back, straightening the legs, turning the toes, pointing out. Inhaling up for goddess pose, hands come to heart center. Taking a nice deep inhale and exhale, hands come to knees. Dipping the left shoulder, gazing behind, and dipping the right. Coming back through center, inhaling the right arm over, placing the left elbow on the knee. And coming back to center, switching sides, firming through the legs, the toes, keeping the chest lifted, not hunching over. Coming back through center, sending the arms out wide, straightening the legs, taking the left arm and left leg, swooping it up to the front of the mat, and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk or step or jump or step back to plank, taking a vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Bending the knees, coming onto the knees, walking the hands out, melting the chest into the mat, keeping hips stacked over knees, puppy pose. Breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the nose. Big inhale, and on the exhale, raising up, walking the hands back, coming to sit on the feet. Interlacing the fingers before you, pressing out as if you're pressing something away, finding a little rock here, just opening up the back. Push it to the left, push it to the right, push it to the left, push it to the right. Ooh. And bringing it full circle up to the top, overhead, bringing it back down to the right, out in front, over to the left, up top, making these circles. And once you come to the top again, we reverse. Do about 3 of those on this side. And gently releasing the hands to the sides of the legs. Placing the left hand on the mat by the ankle, raising onto the knees, taking the right overhead for half camel. Pressing the chest out in front. And coming back to sit on the legs, switching sides. Hips stacked over knees. Continuing to breathe. Switching sides again, finding a little movement here, going as fast or as slow as you would like. And maybe coming into full camel. Pressing with the chest. Nice deep breaths. And gently release, walking the hands out, taking the knees as wide as the mat, the wide child's pose. Big toes together, reaching out with the fingertips. One more round of breath here. And on the exhale, lifting the head and chest, bringing the knees back together, shifting our weight onto the hands. Cobra. And exhale, coming back into child's pose. Rounding the back, shifting the weight back onto the hands, firming through the legs. And exhale back into child's pose. Inhale, shifting the weight forward, maybe taking a peek over your left shoulder, peek over your right shoulder. And exhale back into child's pose. On your next exhale, slowly sliding the hands back, rolling up onto the knees, coming to face the side of the mat again. Extending the right leg out, toes pointing up, leaning over, reaching over with the left fingertips. And planting that left hand, coming to sit on the sit bones. The left leg is still bent, squaring off the hips, leaning over the right. Deep inhale and exhale to fold. One more round of breath. And we come back up, planting the left hand behind us, coming onto the knee, reaching over with the right, and coming to sit back down. Rolling over onto the right knee, extending the left, coming up and over. Hi, birdie. And coming to sit on the sit bones, head to knee pose on the left side. One more breath. And gently come up on the exhale, coming onto that right knee, reaching over with the left arm. And coming back to sit. Extending both legs out. Reaching up and folding over. So many beautiful birdies flitting around over here. Gently raising back up, taking the right knee, crossing it over the left for a little twist. Gently on the fingertips, gazing behind. Breathing easy here. And taking the knee over the leg, crossing the left underneath, whoop, for fire log pose, reaching out, feeling a nice stretch in that outer hip, finding a little sway. And coming back up, uncrossing the legs, coming onto a twist on the other side. And coming back through center, fire log pose. Exhaling to fold. And coming back up through center, uncrossing the legs or rocking forward, coming into tabletop pose, ending with a little cat-cow, kind of the opposite of what we usually do. Gotta mix it up a little bit every now and then. Inhale, dropping the belly, and exhale, rounding the back. Moving with the breath. One more round, maybe finding a little fun in this one. Thank you for joining my heart-led, intuitive practice in the woods. I enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment with your thoughts. Hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss another video. I'll see you next time. Namaste.